the boy everyone mocked. They called him the poorest boy on campus. His shoes were old, his clothes were faded, his phone barely worked. Every day, students laughed as he walked past them. Some whispered, some pointed, others simply smiled at his struggles. But David never stopped smiling. What nobody knew was that this quiet young man was about to teach them a lesson they would never forget. David's hostel room was small and simple. Inside his old travel bag were only 3 shirts, 2 pairs of trousers, and 1 pair of worn shoes. He didn't have expensive gadgets or fashionable clothes, but he had something far more valuable, a dream. And every night, that dream kept him moving forward. Every morning before sunrise, David walked a long distance to school, while other students rode buses and motorcycles. He carried his backpack and kept walking. The journey wasn't easy, but with every step, he reminded himself that success belongs to those who refuse to give up. In class, the whispers never stopped. Some students laughed at his old clothes. Others joked that he owned only 1 shirt. David heard every word, yet he never argued. He simply opened his notebook and focused on learning. He knew that one day, his results would speak louder than their laughter. David he earned brought him 1 step closer to achieving his dream. Hard work became his daily routine. Late at night, when the campus had become quiet, David was still awake. While many students slept, he studied under the soft light of a small reading lamp. His books became his closest companions. He believed that every page he read was building a better future. Afternoon, a wealthy student named Kelvin laughed at David more than everything you're wearing. The classroom burst into laughter. David simply smiled. Sometimes, silence is the greatest answer. David refused to let insults change who he was. Instead of fighting back, he continued writing his notes with quiet confidence. He understood something many people didn't. Temporary embarrassment can never stop a determined person from reaching greatness. Years passed. Graduation day finally arrived. The auditorium was filled with excitement. Families smiled proudly. Students waited anxiously. David sat quietly among them, never imagining that his life was about to change forever. The vice-chancellor stepped onto the stage. Then came the announcement. This year's best graduating student is David. For a moment, the hall became completely silent. Then the applause exploded. The same students who once laughed at him now stood on their feet, cheering with admiration. Hard work had finally received its reward. After the ceremony, Kelvin walked slowly toward David. With humility in his voice, he said, "I'm sorry. I judged you without knowing your story." David smiled warmly, shook his hand, and forgave him, because true success leaves no room for bitterness. As David walked across the campus, holding his graduation certificate, everyone looked at him with respect. The boy they once mocked had become the man they admired. Remember this? Never judge someone's beginning. You never know how powerful their future will become. Success doesn't belong to the richest. It belongs to those who stay focused, work hard, and never give up. If this story inspired you, follow for more powerful African stories.